Ahead of a new season, I'm going to be walking 37 miles in 3 days, visiting every Premier League club in London to find out what Arsenal are up against this season from our closest rivals, and more importantly, to raise money for Prostate Cancer UK. Sponsor me and save lives. Keep on my channels for more and watch this space.
Welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that we link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that we link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. You can see at the moment that I'm here at Brentford, the G-Tech Community Stadium, because I am starting my walk where we are walking to raise awareness and money for Prostate Cancer UK, right? So I've been telling you guys about this for the past couple of weeks. I'm walking around all the Premier League grounds in London. So we're going to go today from Brentford to, where we go next? Fulham, Chelsea and Crystal Palace. That's what we're doing on day one. So walking around all of those stadiums. Please, please, please donate if you can. There's a link in the description. Get involved. But the walk begins today. I ain't started yet. That's why I'm looking fresh. I don't know what I'm going to look like tomorrow when I do the show. But please, please support it if you can. But first of all, before I start walking, I've got to fill you in on all the transfer news for today. First of all, Eddie Nketiah. Now, I was talking about how he didn't play the other day for Arsenal in that friendly against Lyon, and that was a big indicator that he's leaving. When you see a player like that, who usually figure a lot in these sort of things, not playing, that shows you he's going to go. However, the big move that he had to Marseille has fallen through. Eddie Nketiah not moving to Marseille. Marseille have decided to sign Ile Wahi from Lens. That is a signing they're going to make, and he will not be signing for them. Now, that news broke yesterday. We did a video on it. However, subsequent to that, Bournemouth are said to be a club that are very, very interested in now signing Eddie Nketiah and have registered their interest. Bournemouth, of course, sold Dominic Solanke to Spurs for £65 million, and they're on the lookout for a striker. They have been trying to sign Evan Nilsson from Porto, but their bids for him have been rejected. So now, apparently, what the rumours are saying, they've turned their attentions to Eddie Nketiah. Still looks like Nketiah could be leaving before the end of the transfer window, because there are several clubs interested in him. Everton, another club that are very interested in signing Eddie Nketiah, but he will not be joining Marseille. Marseille saying that fee of nearly £30 million, just too much for them. Should that fee be lowered? Me and Turkish, we were sort of going back and forth on this yesterday. He's like, lower the fee, just move him on. I'm like, no, you've got to get the right fee for these type of players. But at the moment, Eddie Nketiah, still an Arsenal player, but Bournemouth and Everton, two clubs that are very interested in him. Spoke a lot about this one yesterday. Kingsley Coman, the rumours are still around this one today, even more. What the rumours are saying today is that there's a lot of different clubs that are interested in Kingsley Coman. Of course, Coman of Bayern Munich could be available on a loan this season. Bayern Munich, looking to get him off that wage bill, would be willing to loan him out, possibly not even with an obligation to buy, and that has attracted the interest of several teams. Of course, a very experienced player. However, Kingsley Coman is said to prefer a move to Arsenal. So if Arsenal are going to move for him, that's very encouraging for them that he would prefer that move to them. Now, what about Mikel Merino? I know every single day we talk about it. I was chatting to somebody yesterday. They're like, why do we take so long to get our transfers done? This one has been looking a bit complicated, and it got a bit more complicated last week when we found out that Liverpool had made a move for his midfield partner at Real Sociedad, Martin Zubimendi. However, that deal has now fallen through. There was a lot of talk last week that if Zubimendi moved to Liverpool, that might mean that Real Sociedad are definitely going to hold on to Mikel Merino, and that deal would collapse for Arsenal. But now it's actually worked the other way around. Zubimendi has rejected a move to Liverpool. He doesn't want to go there. All these Liverpool fans who were giving it last week, oh, we're going to get the guy that you wanted, right? And as I said, we didn't want him because we got Declan Rice. We didn't need Zubimendi, but how did that work out, Liverpool fans? But anyway, listen, banter aside, he's not going to Liverpool, and that paves the way for the deal for Mikel Merino to be completed, which if you listen to all the outlets over there in Spain, they're saying it's a matter of time. This deal should be done this week, and Mikel Merino will become an Arsenal player. The Zubimendi thing no longer standing in his way. Spoke also about this one yesterday, and I'm not meaning to be going back over things, but there's just been some interesting developments on some of these prospects. Simon Adingra of Brighton, I spoke about him yesterday, how Arsenal are said to be very interested in him. Plays as a right winger, had a real breakout season for Brighton last year. Still young, still a prospect, Ivory Coast international, but a very, very talented player. But really interesting that Brighton now are buying a player called Rojan Gruda from Mainz over there in Germany. They are paying £26 million for him, and he's a right winger, the same position that Adingra plays in. What does that say for these links to Adingra? Could it be Simon Adingra on his way to Arsenal to be that backup player for Saka? Do not discount this one at all, because that is a lot of money for Brighton to pay, £26 million for a player that's going to come in an area where they already have a player. Going to be interesting, but it looks like that could be a move possibly happening for Simon Adingra. Could he be on his way to Arsenal? It's one we're going to have to wait and see how that one develops. Big news as well today on Aaron Ramsdal. Aaron Ramsdal, of course, has been linked with a move away all summer. Didn't figure in any of the pre-season friendlies, including the two since he's been back against Lyon and Bayer Leverkusen. Reports that Ajax have put in a bid for him. They wanted to take him on loan for a season, but that has been rejected by Arsenal. They're only interested in selling Aaron Ramsdale or possibly a loan with an obligation to buy. So Ajax have tried to get him, but that deal has been rejected. And Aaron Ramsdale at the moment still an Arsenal player, but fully expect him to move before the end of the window. And the player that Arsenal are looking to bring in, and this was reported also by David Ornstein today, to replace him would be Joan Garcia. I've spoken about him several times in this transfer window of Espanyol, who had a great season for them last year. Looks like if Ramsdale goes, he'll be the guy coming in to replace him. Of course, they're going to need a third keeper as well, because Carl Hein has joined Rio Valladolid. That's official on a season-long loan. They brought in Setford, but Setford's just a kid, probably going to be in the youth team, still probably after Dan Bentley, who's going to come from Wolverhampton Wanderers. So lots of movement in that goalkeeping area. It's crazy at the moment what's happening with the goalkeepers, but the only guy certain of his place is David Raya at the moment. Brooke Norton Cuffy has left Arsenal, a youth player who's been on several loans. He is leaving Arsenal to join Genoa for £3.5 million plus add-ons. A real prospect for Arsenal. Hasn't quite made it to the first team, and Arsenal have decided to sell him. So good luck to him. He's had several successful loans as well. Brooke Norton Cuffy joining Genoa, another one of these young players that are going to ply their trade abroad, and we wish him the best of luck. And finally, seeing as we're here at Brentford, at the G-Tech Community Stadium, what about Ivan Toney? This is a mystery for me. Why has no team come in to try and buy Ivan Toney? Before the sort of charges against him, we know that he got that ban. He was hot property. Even after that, at the start of the transfer window, Arsenal linked, Spurs linked, there was even talk of City, everybody, but nobody's gone in for him. Tottenham have gone and got Solanke. Other teams are looking at many other, striking options. Even Arsenal. Why have Arsenal not made a move? Now, the rumours are that he could go for as little as £30 million. For me, if he's available for £30 million, that is a no-brainer. But it is a real surprise that as of yet, nobody has moved in to try and sign Ivan Toney. He's still here, he's still a Brentford player. But could that change before the end of the transfer window, and I would like to get your thoughts on it. Should Arsenal sign Ivan Toney, yes or no? Maybe I should keep that a bit quiet around it because they don't want to lose him because he's like their main guy. But should Arsenal sign Ivan Toney, yes or no? Let me know. So those are the rumours for today. Don't forget, as soon as I finish here, I begin the walk, the long walk around all the grounds in the Premier League, the London grounds, right? Starting here, we're going to be doing, as I said, starting here from Brentford, Fulham, Chelsea, Crystal Palace. Then from Crystal Palace, I think we go on to West Ham to Spurs, Spurs to Arsenal. A lot of walking to be done, so I better stop the talking. Got the guys over there from Prostate Cancer UK as well that are supporting me on the walk. Big up to them. They're guiding me and showing me where to go. I definitely end up getting lost if not, right? But it's going to be great. And as I said, if you can donate to the charity, it'd be absolutely brilliant. And also read up on it. I mean, it is a disease that affects a lot of people. 1 in 4 black men in particular can get prostate cancer. So it's something that you need to do your checks on and make sure that you're safe from it. So click the link in the description, donate, read up on the charity as well. But I've done too much talking. It's time to get walking.